Well, more bad news for President Biden this morning. A new Fox News poll shows that if the election were to happen today, only 33% of voters would vote for President Biden, while 54% say that they would vote for someone else. Joining the conversation all morning long this morning is columnist and Fox News contributor Liz Peek and Laffer Tengler investment CEO and CIO Nancy Tengler. Ladies, good morning. Great to see you both. Liz, yesterday, Joe Biden said the economy is strong as hell. I don't know what he was talking about while he was eating ice cream yesterday, but he continues to mislead. Your reaction?
Yeah, it is really tragic to me. I think what we've seen under President Biden is just a string of lies about the economy, about inflation. And Maria, he has completely torched his credibility with the American people. That poll you showed about 33% wanting to vote for him, I'm actually surprised it's that high, because if you look at almost every demographic segment, he is underwater with everybody, old, rich, poor, young, West Coast, South. I mean, you look at the various segments of the country, nobody supports this president because they know he's not credible, he doesn't have the right policies, and he continues to not tell the truth to the American people. That's a pretty bad combination.
I mean, that's what gets me, the constant misleading of the American people, the way he comes up with stories just to look good for the moment, like that whole rail deal that he claimed he had a tentative deal that he led. There was absolutely no deal, and we're going to speak with one of the unions this morning. He's also facing criticism, Nancy, for seemingly brushing off economic struggles for millions of Americans. Here's what he said about that. Watch.
I'm not concerned about the strength of the dollar. I'm concerned about the rest of the world. Does that make sense?
Can you explain that?
Yes. Our economy is strong as hell.
Strong as hell. Nancy, just to be clear, we are in a contraction right now. We had 2 quarters of contraction, which is indicative of a recession.
Yeah, I can't get past the fact, Maria, that he was talking with his mouth full. It's just so uncomfortable. Yeah, I think people know that this administration is always going to double down, always advance, never retreat on the falsehoods, and people are tired of it. I mean, it's impossible for them to be as oblivious as they are to the average individual. So I hope you enjoyed the ice cream.
Well, I mean, then there's the energy business, Liz, right? I mean, the way he has completely just shut down, or is trying to shut down, fossil fuels, even bullying the banks to get them to stop lending to oil companies.
Hey, Maria, his approval ratings track most directly with gasoline prices, and it is the most unbelievable thing to me that he has not done a pivot on his war on fossil fuels. He's willing to go to Venezuela, to Iran, obviously Saudi Arabia, any place but actually drilling in the United States. And the lock that the climate lobby has on this administration at a time when our allies in Europe are begging for increased natural gas deliveries, increased oil. Biden is really furious at Saudi Arabia because they won't reverse their oil cut production, their production cut that they announced about a week ago. Well, we could be offsetting that in a matter of a year. We could make up the deficit that's been created by this administration and be pumping 2 or maybe 3 million barrels a day more. He has only himself to blame for his decline in popularity and for the fact that our country is struggling right now.
Yeah, it's pretty extraordinary.
It is.
We're just